Will this work? Does this work? Someone tell me if this works. I got one viewer here. I know that's like Eshwa. I know Eshwa you're watching right now. Wait, this is kind of cool. Wait, let me know if this works, and that way I can try some of the other things out. Okay, I think this works. I think this works. I can always check on my phone since no one's answering. Oh my gosh. What's up, dude? Hi. I've never made a stream before, so I don't know what I'm doing. But it's okay. This is a great learning process. It works. Let's go. I'm going to try something out. Let me know if you can see my screen. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so we're learning this together before I get into it. Before I get into it, we're learning this together. So I'm going to try something. You just let me know if you see it. I did not see it. So do we see my screen right now? Yeah, I believe that the person on the cool. I appreciate that because I have no idea what I'm doing. I just thought this would be a fun way to make my video. Yeah, I know he's a troll, but it's kind of fun because I actually don't know if he's a troll. I don't know if he's a troll. I have some reasons to believe that maybe he's not a troll. Oh, we do see the screen. Awesome. Great. Great, great, great. Wait, this is so fun. This is so cool. Okay, I'm learning. It's giving me like suggestions on like the bit rate to, do I look blurry right now? To everyone? Does everyone think I look blurry? Or is this just like a... Yeah, I look blurry, or I forget when you guys sent this. If I look good, we can continue. We can continue if I look good, but I don't. Okay. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. So, yeah. So you mentioned that he might be a troll. I don't know, man. And I'm using OBS right now. I don't know what you use. I don't know what most people use, but OBS is what we're getting started with. And I feel pretty good about it. I actually feel really good about it. First off, we're going to be talking about this guy, AnActor Explains. I mentioned him in one of my past videos. I mentioned him in the Superman 1-star reviews. I think that's what I mentioned him in. And he has crazy takes. We see a little bit of his reviews here. These actually are like fine takes, in my opinion. They're hot take. Like, I guess the Superman one's a hot take. I mentioned that one. And the rest are kind of just like takes. But if I scroll down, you're going to see that things are not, they're not great. So yeah, that's who we're talking about. That's who's in the thumbnail. And this is actually him. Look, the thumbnail. The thumbnail is not clickbait. This is his little icon and his name and all that. And the reason I think he has a YouTube channel, this is why I think he might not be a troll. I don't know. I don't know if he's a troll or not, but something's telling me that he just might not be a troll because he has a YouTube channel, and the things that he says on the YouTube channel is, I'll get to that, the Arkham thing. The things he says on the YouTube channel is a bit weird. He says theater, short film, and voice over actor, trained in Manhattan, turned film critic. Like, this is clearly him, the same picture, everything. So this is why I think he might not be a troll. But I don't know. Also, some of the things that he says are just like ridiculous. He says some ridiculous things. I have played the Batman Arkham games. My favorite one's City. I really love Arkham Knight, but the like Batmobile stuff, there was just too much Batmobiling, and the boss fights to me were a little bit weak. I feel like if you took the boss fights of Arkham Origins with the world and the graphics and the just gameplay of Arkham Knight, you'd probably be cooking. I feel like Arkham City was just a more polished game, and I just have better memories with it because I was a kid, so I'm a little biased. I'm a little biased, but that's okay. That's okay. Anyway, if there's no more questions, we can talk a little bit about AnActor Explains. But please, if there's more questions or anything else, please let me know. But I got a lot to talk about this guy, because this guy is a treat. He's a treat. He gives me much entertainment just to talk about him, just to look at his reviews. Yes, I love Arkham Asylum, but it just felt like every other game after just took what Arkham Asylum did and just made it better. I think it's a great game. I just felt like it's almost like a tech demo with how good they made the sequels. That's why. Don't hate me. Don't hate me. That's just my thoughts. So AnActor Explains has some crazy reviews. And please feel free to stop me whenever if you have any other random questions or anything else you'd like to say. But for anyone watching who just wants to hear about AnActor Explains, I can get started for you. So AnActor Explains has some crazy reviews. When we talked about him last time, well, when I mentioned, I didn't even get to talk about his review. I just talked about his Superman 1-star review. And his Superman 1-star review is already just like ridiculous. He says, the ancient Greeks created the art of drama to heal the masses. Their soldiers return from war broken and shocked in need of therapy. Drama is a communal ritual that cures trauma and moral injury, producing catharsis. Future's latersness. Humanity is suffering, society's collapsing, wealth is concentrated, prices are rising, all this rampant injustice, liars in power. And who do we need? A superhero who meets the challenge. And James Gunn fails to deliver that superhero. Already, this guy is obnoxious. He made a whole essay, a whole narrative essay to talk about why Superman is bad. And it's fine. It's fine. I've said this before. I have no mind. I don't mind people not liking the movie. But this stuff is like so crazy to me. It's so ridiculous to me. He wrote this whole thing. And that's not, dude, I could go in here talking about everything he said. Because that was just one paragraph, and I felt like that took 5 minutes to read. He talks about Superman being a timeless icon, and how this, like the way Hollywood did it, is not that way. He says that Gunn's iteration is insecure and unworthy. I don't know how he's insecure. I don't know where that came from. But that's okay. Don't understand. The film's dialogue is childish. Its narrative is foolish, unfocused, and senseless. The villains are over the top. I love that I just bought this guy. Well, my sister bought it for me. All-Star Superman. Yay, I'm finally reading some more comic books. I've had comments talking about comic books, so I'm trying to get back into comic books so people can stop telling me about the comic books. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. But if anyone knows anything, like the first quarter of it, there's time travel. There's arm wrestling superhero contests. There's dinosaurs that went into the earth and transformed and evolved into other type of dinosaur alien things. Sorry, I'm going to stop that to answer this real quick. If he's a YouTuber, he probably a grifter making money. I don't know. He doesn't make any money off of it. He only has 4 subscribers. That's why I don't think so. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Not me. But anyway, Superman is over the top. All his villains are over the top. Everything he does is over the top. It's comic books, guys. It's comic books. I don't know if I'm crazy here. I don't know if I'm crazy for thinking that this guy is a little extra. Let me know if what I'm saying is kind of crazy. This is just the Superman review. Of course, he goes on to employ the woke agenda to undermine the archetypal male role model, because that's what this movie's really about. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between, this movie's really about media struggle to cancel our shared national identity. Notice there's actually a lot of things in common. With the other videos where I talked about Critical Drinker and Ben Shapiro's review on this, it was the same thing. It's like they have a script to say the same exact thing. I don't know what that script is, but they have it. They have it. It's this guy's crazy, bro. Today's directors are losing. Before that, but I could just keep going about all these things. It's just so like I don't want to say crazy for the 17th time today because I say it a lot and I don't need to say it a lot. But it's mind-boggling. It's not crazy. It's just mind-boggling that someone took the time, and I actually think it's kind of well written. Like, it's kind of interesting, I guess. Like, you know, he uses some like fun words. Like, it could have been a nice little like AP Lit essay. He took the time to write this. He took hours typing on his little computer just to put this. I hope it wasn't on his phone. And 368 people found this helpful. Actually, if we go to Superman 1-star reviews, again, I didn't get to show this in the video, so now I'm showing it here. He's one of the top helpful reviews for 1 star. We got 469. We have 1800. Okay, you know, he's not up there. He's not up there. What is he, like the 3rd or 4th? It doesn't sort by most helpful, so that's pretty confusing. Bro's probably a Snyder fan with the edgy Superman with no heart. That's what I think. I don't know. I don't know. He doesn't mention Snyder at all, because some of the 1-star reviews that I put in the video do actually mention Zack Snyder, and they do mention whatever and all that stuff, which I'm no longer a hater of. I actually kind of respect his movies, but he doesn't talk about it. He just doesn't talk about it. What's crazy, too, is if we look at the Superman 5-star reviews, oh, they've changed. But they're around the same, like, helpfulness. Like, I think the 1-star reviews overall just had more people finding it helpful, which is kind of mind-boggling to me. I don't know, whatever. But that's just his Superman review. In the thumbnail, I talk about The Last Airbender. I'm not clickbaiting on that. I also mentioned Andor, I think, in the thumbnail. I don't know. I made like 3 thumbnails and chose one. So I have no idea. I don't remember what's on that thumbnail. I'm just playing it. He has some good takes. The Last of Us, he has as 1 star. I don't think this is a good take. Maybe he didn't like season 2. I know a lot of people didn't like season 2. 1 star, still kind of crazy. I'll skip that. I'll give him... Here's Andor. 2-star review. 2-star review on Andor. Now, if we just look at Andor reviews, mid reviews are the way to go. Could you elaborate on that comment? I don't know what that means. Mid reviews are the... Elaborate on the comment as I continue. I'm confused. I'm very confused. If we look at the Andor reviews, we have 4.5 stars, a 96% Rotten Tomatoes. So 96% of critics liked it, generally liked it. In general, 89% at least of Rotten Tomatoes audience generally liked it. It has a much higher or significantly higher review than Superman, you know? So I'm not biased on Superman. I know I talk about him a lot. IMDb. Let's look at IMDb reviews. I don't know why it's not showing me the... Oh, yes. I agree. I don't know. I feel like a lot of 8 out of 10, 4 out of 5 reviews are pretty unbiased. Like, a lot of things are just pretty good. They're pretty well made. I feel like if you're reviewing it, are the most biased. I'm with you now. We're on the same page. Or unbiased. I'm not with you now. I don't know what... Is it biased? The most Okay, the most unbiased. But no, I don't know. Because I just feel like so many things are good that they're like 8 or 9 out of 10s. Especially if they're popular enough to get reviews. Like, I don't find myself taking the time to review a 4 out of 10 movie. But I think that's because I don't have the time. Like, if a movie's doing really bad or a show's doing really bad and like it has bad reviews, I'm probably not going to watch it. And so I wouldn't give it a review because I didn't watch it, if that makes sense. There's a couple like movies this year, I'm trying to think of one, that I was like, oh, I kind of want to watch that. And then the reviews came out and they were bad. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to watch it because I just don't have the time to watch everything. So I got to pick and choose my battles. And yeah, so when things come out and I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to watch it, and it comes out, it's like 10 out of 10, everyone's talking about it. Then I'm like, all right, I'll make the time to go watch that. And just, I don't know if that makes sense. That is true though. You get 1 out of 10 reviews from haters and you get 10 out of 10s. That is true. That is true. I do think 1 out of 10s and 10 out of 10s are the most biased. So if mid means in between those, sure. But like 5 out of 10s, I don't know. But they are unbiased. Like if it's a 5 out of 10, I guess they got to be unbiased. That's true. They got to be unbiased. Even though I do think a lot of 8 out of 10s. You know, you're convincing me here. I'm convinced. You've convinced me now. You've convinced me. I do think a lot of 8 out of 10s can be unbiased. But more 6 out of 10s. Anyway, if we go back to Andor's reviews, we have 8.6 out of 10 here. I'm just trying to think of another like really good show because it's really close. Something like Breaking Bad, I think it has like a 9.2, 9.5. That's probably a bad example. It's a good show, right? The consensus agrees it's a good show. He hates it. And once again, he takes time out of his day, even though he's a film critic and a theater, short film, and voice actor. He takes time out of his day to write this. The series is charged with politically bleak agenda. That word, agenda, that word is such a word that I am so tired of hearing people say. The agenda. What is the agenda? I don't know. Andor is peak. Everyone thinks Andor's peak, except for AnActor Explains. And if he rated this a 3 or a 4 out of 5, I can kind of see it. But a 2? And it gets worse. Guys, it gets worse. Art is meant to be the epitome of human expression and a mirror to the human experience. One that leaves the viewer contemplating their life and personal understanding. Disney needs to Dude, I can't even breathe how dumb this is. Andor was not a 10 out of 10. I think season 2 ruined it pretty darn amazing. We were robbed. It was supposed to get 5 seasons, but we only got 2. They be cutting things short. I think Arcane did the same thing. I loved Arcane, but it felt like it could have used another season or 2. It was a bit rushed. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a 10 out of 10, but like a 4 out of 10 or 2 out of 5, it's pretty low, in my opinion. IMO. But either way, even if you agree with it, I feel like this review is still kind of ridiculous. Art is meant to be the epitome of human expression and mirror to human experience, blah, blah. Disney needs to lecture its consumers. Disney's need to lecture its consumers undermines all that, placing politics first and kicking decent human decency out. Don't get me wrong, Andor's script is excellent. Wait. The script is excellent? So you're talking about placing politics and kicking human decency out. All of that is in the script. If they're talking about politics, it's because the script says it. Like, unless it was acting or cinematography or something that wasn't related to the story or the dialogue, then it's the script. I don't. Hi, Eshwa. Thank you for joining. Eshwa. Too many issues and continuity from Rogue One, plot holes, retcons. Dude, but that's every Star Wars thing. Eshwa's going to hate this. Eshwa's a big Star Wars fan. But that's everything that, like, that's all Star Wars. I mean, that's all cinematic universes, in my opinion. You have, like, so many different storytellers telling the same story. Like, look at the MCU. We have Taika Waititi, who makes crazy comedies in the same universe as Chloe Zhao, is that how you pronounce her name? who makes things like Nomadland, like really intimate, whatever, like intimate indie films. That's what I'm looking for. That's in the same universe. They're gonna conflict each other because you have people making Oscar-winning films to, I guess, other type of Oscar-winning comedy films. I don't know. Hot take. But every cinematic universe is just filled with plot holes and retcons. I don't like it. No one likes it, but it's just a part of the game. I thought Andor was supposed to be 2 seasons. I don't know. But even if it was supposed to be 2 seasons, because the same was with Arcane, it was supposed to be 2 seasons, the second season was still rushed. It was still rushed. Like, if it's supposed to be 2 seasons and the second season finna be rushed, give it some time. I don't know. That's not my thoughts on it. I'm just saying, just in defense of what he was saying, or of anyone like criticizing it. I don't know. I don't know if it was supposed to have 5 or 2 seasons. No one knows. No say. Arcane was ruined by season 2, apparently. I don't think it was ruined by season 2, but I have heard people say that. But I don't think so. They hired new writers who clearly didn't watch season 1 or play the game. So, I don't think that was a problem. The writers actually talked about how they had this arc the whole time. Just like Eshel was saying with Andor, they said that Arcane was supposed to be 2 seasons. I think they were just trying to make that. I think while writing it, they're like, oh man, we got a lot to do. But they were like, well, it's going to be 2 seasons either way, instead of saying, let's just give it a 3rd season to breathe. That's my thoughts. He did contradict what he said. That's what I'm saying. This guy's. Okay, well, you don't have to, Eshel didn't know, or maybe, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? It's supposed to be 5 or 2. Like, that's okay. Every Star Wars project has plot holes, bad dialogue, things that don't make sense. It was gonna be 5. Cut down. Wait. So it was gonna be 5, and they cut it down from 5 to 2. That is a crazy cut. That's like a humongous cut. That's what I'm saying, Kai. Kye. I hope that's how you pronounce it, Kai. I'll get back to that real quick. Yeah, Arcane. I really love Arcane. I made a video on it before, but it was about how like Arcane and Spider-Verse are the same. That was an old, well, that's not even a year old. Old for me right now. I love Arcane. I think it was great. I think it was fine. I think season 2 was rushed. That was it. But like, I don't think that makes something bad. It was a little rushed. It wasn't perfect. That's okay. I still think it was the best animated television ever made, in my opinion. Yes, this is what I don't get. He says he doesn't like the show, but then he says the script is excellent, despite poor vocal performances. Was there a lot of voice acting? Regardless of the wandering storyline, Andor's exploits are compelling. The world building works, and would be perfectly fine. Okay, so he likes the story, the lore, the world building, if not for the fact that it's supposed to be Star Wars. Right. Or not, and not some independent production in another universe. Right. It's kind of similar to what you were saying. Right. Here's my thing, though. You were just saying that it's because it's politically bleak agenda of the arrogant and destructive activists who have overrun Hollywood. And now you're saying it's because it's a great thing that doesn't deserve to be in Star Wars. I don't understand. And that's just Andor. Again, Andor's a 2-star. Superman is a 1-star. Let's continue. Daredevil Born Again is a 2-star. Once more. Let me read chat. Let me read chat real quick. I can say chat now. I'm live streaming for the first time. I can say chat. Yeah, I didn't see anything wrong with any of the performances, but what do I know? What do I know? I don't know. I don't know anything. What do I know? He's the theater and voiceover artist, so he must be right about everything he says, even though the rest of the world does not agree. So many compliments for such a terrible show. Oh, I thought you were being okay. I see. There's a sarcasm in that comment. The hypocrisy is real, bro. It is. Can we see a positive review from this guy? That's a great question. Let me finish. Let's just go. Yeah, let's go to a positive review. I want to get like a good, like what is a good. Okay, how is this Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio when it's whatever? What is like a good one that's like a bad movie that he positively reviewed, or like a mid movie? Because he has some good ones like How to Train Your Dragon. It's a good movie, man. It's a good movie. Severance. Come on. I can show you the mid review. I can show you one that I know. I mean, it was still look, Arcane, 2 out of 5. I'll get to Arcane. We got Passion of the Christ at 5 out of 5 though. There we go. Agatha All Along, 1 out of 5. No. I'm gonna show you the Last Airbender review. I have to show you The Last Airbender review. Not his not his Okay. We just gotta keep clicking it. We'll get there. It's down here. Come on. Please, bro. Is an Abomination when compared to the... I think Abomination's harsh, but I don't think it's as good as the... Oh, we got Suicide Squad though. Oh, this is a good one. Man, where is... I must have skipped it. It's somewhere here. I promise. There is The Last Airbender. We got to talk about the Secret Invasion. We got to talk about... Daredevil Born Again is absolute peak. This guy must be... I thought Daredevil Born Again was absolute peak. Again, I didn't think it was as good as the original, but... Why does it have to be? This is when people are saying, like, Endgame isn't as good as Infinity War. Who cares? It doesn't matter. It's fine. It doesn't have to be as good. That's okay. That's all right, guys. Everything's gonna be okay. We'll live. And it was still a good movie. Yes, that is a 4 out of 5 on Secret Invasion. Secret Invasion. I can't even speak. He has flabbergasted me. This is a 4 out of 5 on Secret Invasion. And he had a 1 out of 5 in Superman. He had a 2 out of 5 in Andor and Daredevil Born Again. But look what we have now. After having seen today's release of Secret Invasion's first episode, I can safely say this is a Marvel show that has proper writing, drama, and humor of a classic Marvel production, seemingly without the political agenda of the current year Hollywood. Every review he says is about the political agenda. Every review, the color scheme is well considered, sometimes alluding to a possible scroll amongst the faces you see. You talking about the AI intro that was made by artificial intelligence that's stealing artists' jobs? I'm sure, yeah, it was pretty good. Photography is excellent, and music is well applied. The production does, however, suffer from a number of small issues. A number of small issues. But Superman just wasn't good. I need a water break. 244 people saw this helpful. This is the guy that rated Superman a 1 star. Guys, am I tripping? Like, am I crazy right now? Am I crazy right now? The pace is not cinematic and lags when it shouldn't, detracting from a more pressing presentation. The lesser actors deliver the lines poorly, which caused me to have to turn on subtitles to understand what was being said. Finally, the most pressing critique of my generation will be that Secret Invasion has a woke agenda to undermine men in power by robbing Nick Fury of his agency and strength. He has more criticism of Secret Invasion than he does of Andor and Superman. And yet this is a 4 out of 5. He once again contradicts himself by saying it's seemingly without the political agenda of current year Hollywood. Then later goes on to say that the most pressing critique from his generation will be that it has a woke agenda. I don't tend to compare franchise projects, but for Daredevil Born Again, it's sort of a revamp of sort of a sequel. That's true. So the comparison is necessary, you know? Yeah. It is. Like, I do think you can compare the two because it's in a weird place of like, we're continuing, but if you're going to compare anything, those are the two shows to compare. I agree. And I also was watching and I was like, man, it's not as good. But you can tell they have more money, I guess, even though the CGI in so many parts were so bad. I wish people knew what woke meant. LOL, I hate what it has turned into. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't even think they know what woke means, though. Because, like, he's just contradicting himself on woke that I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say to that comment, Ashwa. I don't know. I hate this thing of woke, but it entertains me so much. And it's half of my goddamn YouTube videos. Okay, Secret Invasion is an abomination. Bars. I just want to say bars. So many other shows and films did Secret Invasion shows and films. So what? I just reread the same thing. Did Secret Invasion better than Secret Invasion did? They completely ruined and wasted the premise. I know, and when the trailer came out, I was so excited. I watched that trailer and I was like, Secret Invasion, this is it. Guys, this is it. The cast is crazy who they brought in, and they completely obliterated them on the worst Marvel project, in my opinion, ever. Anyway, this guy. Although Fury is presented as uncertain and not at his finest in the first episode, I currently do not believe that there's any foul play yet. Sadly, the politics of modern day Hollywood are not only divisive, but also deceptive, leading many of us to constantly look over our shoulders uncertain. This is where I'm at. Uncertain where the Marxists will lecture us next. What's crazy to me, too, is that he was a theater actor, a film and voiceover. Let me see what he says. He was a theater, short film, not film, short film, and voiceover actor who studied in Manhattan. All of this says liberal. These are like the most, like, theater is the most, I feel like liberal is just not a good word for it, but like we want to change things. Progressive. All this, not liberal, sorry. I feel like liberal is a bad word. Progressive. Like Manhattan, you're an actor, you do theater, and you have a problem with woke Hollywood. Brother, go to any theater. Half of them are gay. That's just a part of theater. I did theater. I'm a theater kid. I'm okay with that. It's fun. It's cool. You meet a lot of people. Where did you do theater? How did you do theater if you have an issue with woke? Not that I have anything against blacks. I don't know. I don't know if you forgot to say something before that, because I don't see Kai, what you said, I don't see anything before that. So I don't know if that was a response to something else you said. A little confused on that comment. Please elaborate. Please elaborate. Stop reviewing films and TV by how woke you think it is. That's not a valid review. I'm dealing with recovering sickness. If I'm coughing a lot, sorry. Yeah, it's not a valid review. It's not a valid review, in my opinion. But I guess it is all opinion. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. His comment seems unfinished. Secret Invasion has the potential to use its premise to misdirect and surprise its audience. Time will tell if creator and director if they do the. That's it. If they do the Secret Invasion, 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. Can't make this up. Now, he has some grace from me. I don't totally hate him because Spirited Away is a 5 out of 5. And I love Spirited Away. And I hope everyone loves Spirited Away. We got E.T., 5 out of 5. Tomorrowland somehow is a 5 out of 5. I don't think, he's not. This is, again, why I don't know if he's a troll. Like, some of his stuff is not terrible. It's not terrible. He's not trying to make, he's not going to War of the Worlds or even The Last Airbender. He could have made a 5 out of 5 to be like trolling. He's not doing something like that. Yes, he has some hot takes like Secret Invasion, but for the most part, most of these are like, I won't agree, but it's not crazy. Like Suicide Squad being a 3, to me, I don't agree. But it's not like he was like 5 out of 5, Suicide Squad was the best movie he ever made. I don't know if that makes sense. I talked about reviews on the Batman, talked about how all the white people were so bad, so no confusion. What do you mean? Let me, not that I have anything against black. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know what you mean by that, Kai. I don't know what you mean by all the white people were bad. Please explain. Please explain. I used to be a pro reviewer. Oh, hello. I'm great. Now, I'm reviewing reviews in front of a pro reviewer. I have too much in common with this dude. Uh-oh. Am I making fun of you? And it's supposed to be about acting, direction, cinematography, plot holes, dialogue, etc. Yeah. I don't know what that means. There was no... All the white people were bad in the Batman? I don't know what that means. Because I'm thinking of... Like, we have the Penguin, who did phenomenally. We have the mob boss guy that I'm forgetting his name. But he's an incredible actor. And he did amazing. Robert Pattinson did amazing. Andy Serkis. Don't really remember, but I know he didn't do bad. I'm sure I would remember that. I don't know where that take is coming from. You said you hope you didn't get that opinion from the critical drinker. Did he say something about that? Like, am I tripping? Did he say something about that? Because that's kind of crazy if he did. Critical Drinker's review of the Batman yapped on and on about all the white people are pathetic or whatever. What? That is so... I saw some reviews of Batman Jim Gordon's black. Yeah. I mean, anyone who changes the race or ethnicity of a character is going to get that backlash. It's so funny because I thought... Hot take. Don't hold me on this. Don't hold me on this right now. But I think he was one of the best, if not the best, Jim Gordon I've seen. Like, he just played Jim Gordon. Like, he was like stoic and interesting and curious and just badass. I don't know. But to be fair, you have two Oscar winning actors who just played them back to back with I don't even know who was Jim Gordon in the Snyderverse, but with The Dark Knight. What's his name? The actor who played Jim Gordon there. And then here, Jeffrey Wright. Okay, we got one of them. Jeffrey Wright and I cannot believe I'm forgetting this guy's name. I cannot believe I'm forgetting this guy's name. Anyway, I don't know. Is my thing spiking? It looks like my thing's spiking. I'm gonna lower the volume of the mic a little bit because I'm yelling. Anyway, I thought he did great. Gary Oldman, Eshwa, Gary Oldman. Thank you. I was gonna search it up, but I didn't want to search it up. Gary Oldman. Thank you. I'm gonna go to sleep. Was there a Jim Gordon in the Snyderverse? I don't think so. I mean, we didn't even get a movie of him. He just appeared in... I don't think there was a Jim Gordon. Anyway. Gary Oldman. Oscar. Academy Award winning Gary Oldman. Oh, he's so good. He's such a good actor. Anyway. The Last Airbender. Now, my favorite thing about his The Last Airbender review is... Oh. He was. Oh my gosh, he was. Yo, I forgot about this. Dude, the three Jim Gordons back to back, I don't know who was Jim Gordon before, are all Oscar-winning actors. Isn't that crazy? Gary Oldman, Jeffrey Wright, and Jeffrey Wright just became an Oscar winner, and J.K. Simmons. What? That's crazy, bro. Yo. Anyway. Well, so it's so weird because it sucks. Because so many times when I see, like, my favorite actor for this guy, like Spider-Man, like, what's that called? Andrew Garfield's never going to be, like, majority of people's favorite Spider-Man because he only had 2 movies. So, like, Jim Gordon in Gotham, it's so weird because if you watch Gotham and you enjoyed it and you watch the whole thing, he might be your favorite because you had more time with him. That's a theory of mine. I don't know. That's a theory of mine that, like, a lot of people's favorites are the people that were either first, because nostalgia, which we all know about, or they were just the longest. Like, I think Tom Holland's going to be the favorite Spider-Man for the next, like, 100 years, until Miles finally happens. But, like, he's had so many movies. Everyone growing up is only going to see Tom Holland. Hot take. Random tangent. I forgot about J.K. Simmons. I'm sorry, bro. You were barely there. Last Airbender. Yeah, he probably did. Because I don't remember him, and I love him. Also, I think, like, for me, he kind of... I see this picture, and I'm just reminded of him in No Way Home. Because doesn't he have the top hat in No Way Home? He comes out, and it's, like, raining, and he's in a coat. I'm pretty sure. So maybe I just mixed the two up. Look at this. Look at this star-studded cast. Look at this. Batman was on a gargoyle too. When J.K. Simmons was there? Probably. We need Batman on a gargoyle more often. Nolan never put Batman on a gargoyle. I haven't seen the classic Batman movies, so I need more Jim Gordon just to have a proper opinion. Yeah, well, they have a star-studded cast. It's ridiculous. Anyway. The Last Airbender. My favorite thing about The Last Airbender reviews is that it has 1 like, compared to things like Secret Invasion, which has 244 people that probably influenced them. And that's crazy. No retro Gordons in that image. I know, just the modern Gordons. We can look. Why don't we look at
Let's look at what they get. Little tangent, guys. Neil Hamilton. Okay. What? That's crazy because this just ruins everything I just said. They have J.K. Simmons as the second best Jim Gordon, and he was in it for 10 seconds. Maybe I gotta rewatch Justice League because I don't know. I definitely think Jeffrey Wright is too low. I think he was such a good Jim Gordon. Whatever. What do I know? Look, they're literally talking about their Oscar-winning movies. The Darkest Hour, Whiplash. Oh, they don't have his. 2 in Star Trek Strange New Worlds. I haven't seen it. Not a Star Trek guy. Not a Star Trek guy because I don't like Star Trek. Because I've never seen any Star Treks other than the J.J. Abrams movie when I was like 10. The Last Airbender. The guy who rated Andor 2, Superman 1, and Secret Invasion 4 has said The Last Airbender, maybe that's what I should have put the thumbnail as a Secret Invasion. The Last Airbender 3. Now remember, this numerically is the same as Andor and Superman combined. 2 + 1 = 3. Maths. Despite a fine cast, they're kids, bro. Decent choreography and acceptable special effects. The Last Airbender suffers from pacing and order issues that render it unable to capture the spirit of the heavy cartoon it calls its source material. Something I can agree on. This is finally something I can agree on. Storytelling in this film is extremely fragmented, piecemeal, divorcing the viewer from a coherent experience. This guy. I don't even mind his yapping now that I agree a little bit. You haven't really seen, but you don't like it? No. It's not that I don't like it. I mean, yes, it's Schrodinger's like. I don't know. I don't like it, but I don't like it. But I don't not like it. I don't dislike it, but I don't like it because I haven't seen it. You know what I mean? I can't say I like Star Trek. I can't say I don't like Star Trek. So, yeah, no. You only seem slightly older than me. Gen Z, yeah? Yes, I'm pretty young. I'm hitting mid-20s. I'm mid-20s. I can't say I'm hitting mid-20s. I'm mid-20s. Let's just put it out there. I'm mid-20s. Yeah, I don't know. I just never watched it. I don't know. Never watched it. Never got into it. I didn't even watch Star Wars growing up. The only reason I know about Star Wars is because I took the time to watch it when I was like 16. I legally downloaded them and just started watching Star Wars because no one showed it to me as a kid. So I started watching it. And then, like, obviously Star Wars has blown up since. And then, actually I was probably 14 because then 2015, yeah, The Force Awakens came out, and then, we all got into Star Wars because The Force Awakens made like $2 billion. But yeah, that's the only reason I watched Star Wars. So there's never been a $2 billion Star Trek movie that has made me go, let me watch Star Trek, even though I heard the TV shows are really good. Schrodinger's opinion, that's a good way to put it. Schrodinger's opinion. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Schrodinger's opinion. But yeah, so one day I'm going to watch Star Trek, and because I heard all the shows are really good. Well, I heard a lot of the shows are really good. They have a lot of shows, so some of them are bad, whatever. By attempting to summarize a vast amount of narrative, the production sabotages itself, jeopardizing what could be a compelling plot and preventing any possible sequels from taking shape. So far, it seems like this movie's pretty bad. So where on God's green earth did we get 3 stars? More than a decade later, Zack Snyder would make these exact same mistakes in his movie Rebel Moon. What? What is this talking about? Also, these aren't the same mistakes Rebel Moon was an original story, was it not? I'm 90% I don't want to say it now and look dumb. I don't want to look dumb on this video. Was Rebel Moon not originated by him, or was this an adaptation? Director screenplay by... Doesn't say anything. Doesn't say anything. Yeah. Anyway, the result is the same. A hollow production that is uncompelling, frustrating, and bereft of experience. The Last Airbender's dialogue is horribly unnatural, and a lack of diversity casting fails to respect the ethnicities of the original characters. Okay, so he doesn't mind ethnicity and diversity. I'm just so confused. How this made a 3 out of 5 stars. What do you like about it? What do you like about it? The story is one of friendship in the face of peril, determination under adversity, and tolerance among creeds. Like so many beloved titles before, Avatar: The Last Airbender is a tale that demands to be respected. Guys, I'm not going crazy. How do we say all these things? How do we say all these things about their dialogue being horribly unnatural, about the lack of diversity casting that is unauthentic to the source material, about the production sabotaging itself, about all these things, and then we say it is a tale that demands to be respected? What? What? The upcoming 2024 revival must aptly pay homage to script, dialogue, and plot, or suffer consequences that Hollywood is all too familiar with. A poor box office and a backlash of an offended fandom. There's no box office for the Netflix 2024. That is a TV show on streaming. Sadly, we have learned to expect very little from the corrupt and greedy monstrosity that is today's. I don't know what it's like. Is it not showing me the? I'm just so confused how this gets a 3 out of 5 when there's nothing good about it until you just randomly say it deserves to be respected, which, yes, the original Avatar: The Last Airbender does deserve respect. How that gets a 3 out of 5, but we come up. Let's just scroll up. Let's scroll up. Andor, which you have said the story is good somewhere here that we talked about. You said the story is good somewhere. I can't find it. Somewhere you said the story is good. The world building works. Blada, blada, blada. But somehow that's less reviewed. Let me get to your comments. I'm so confused. I'm so confused right now. I grew up with, I guess it's one of the Star Trek shows. I don't know which one. I don't know the acronyms for Star Trek shows because I haven't watched them. And the Flash and new Star Trek movies. The older fans hate all the new stuff, but that's Gen Z and Gen A childhood. It wasn't made for you, it was made for us. Rebel Blues and extended cuts are amazeballs. You see, I've never seen it. Doesn't interest me. I actually saw like 5 minutes of it, and it looked terrible. Someone had it on somewhere, and I watched it for like 5 minutes, and I was like, all right, this does not look good. Rebel Moon was originally a Star Wars pitch. I do know this. Yeah, so it had to be original. But George and Disney didn't like it, so we reworked it. Does this dude get his numbering systems confused? Oh, my God, thank you. Thank you for joining thank you so much for... I don't know what to say. I've never had someone do that, especially live. Now I have to react to that. I'm very appreciative of that. Thank you. I'm going to send you a thank you video, as comes with my Curiosity YouTube membership. So, join. Anyway, or don't join. I don't know. Maybe look at it. Take a second. Disney Star Wars. DSW, Disney Star Wars. Got it. Isn't DSW also like a shoe store? Am I tripping? Does he think 5 is bad and 1 is good? I know, it's weird. I don't get it. Oh, you think he's referring to the movie? Well, he said 2024. And that isn't that when the show came out? He said Netflix is, and I don't think the movie's coming out on Netflix. I really appreciate that. Wait, can I? I wish I could give a reaction to it. I can't give a reaction to it, but I'm very grateful. Thank you so much. Krillantian, do you guys like the names? I don't know if you like the names. Forget, my sister and I worked on it to be like comic book puns. We got Krillantian, we got Krilltonian, Krillestial. It's a little clever. Celestial, Kryptonian. The movie was delayed. Oh, okay. But is the movie a Netflix movie? I don't know, innit? Anyway, I'm sorry. I have to look at his Passion of the Christ. I actually haven't watched Passion of the Christ since I was a kid. I'm not hating on the movie because I don't know it. I'm not going to hate on it. I just want to see if there's any, hey, we like Passion of the Christ because it's unwoke. I just want to see if I want to see if his views politically come from like a religious view or not. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just trying to see. You get an accurate assessment of the typical nature of the human being. One obsessed with a constant fear of loss of station, and the other ready to undermine anyone in order to alleviate oneself. The true tragedy of this movie is that the viewers and those in power are a whole leave the story with Jesus having learned little. Yeah. The true tragedy is that people leaving don't really know the story of Jesus. Y'all know what I'm saying. Guys, Transformers 1 being 1 star. Transformers 1 being 1 star. Are you for rizzles? Are you for real right now? Transformers 1. One of the greatest animated movies of recent time. That's a big stretch. There's been a lot of good animated movies, but really? No, the new movie is not Netflix. The creators hate Netflix now. They're doing their own thing because Netflix messed up the live action show so much. Dude, you know all the news about all the movies. I don't know. I just remember they're making the cartoon, and yeah, I know it's not Netflix. At least I'm pretty sure. Isn't it their new streaming service? It's a brilliant film, I'm sure, but it should be an abomination to any true Christian. It's blasphemy for even existing people. Making billions off Jesus is a sin. I don't know, man. Yeah, there's a lot of capitalistic practices where they use religion. I have no problem with religion. It's just like kind of weird to me. Like religious t-shirts or like selling, I don't know, Bibles for outrageous profits or something like that. It's just like, like you got $1 million businesses doing that, and that's a bit strange to me. Or like when pastors are driving like $1 million cars. It's a bit, I don't know. Hey, maybe I'm too ignorant to talk about it. Alrighty then. I don't know where that came from. Oh, wait, does he have an Ace Ventura review? Where did that come from? Yeah, I guess you could say. I don't know. I don't want to get too religious, but feels a little bit weird. Where did the Ace Ventura come from? Please let me know. I want to know what's going through your mind. Unless I passed an Ace Ventura. Let's see if they're like. No. Does it even find? Yeah, it does. He doesn't have a review. You came in to say Ace Ventura, alrighty then. Which I would love to do an impression of one day. And then you just left. I'm gonna miss you, bro. I needed that Ace Ventura, alrighty then. I don't know if there's any other reviews here that like Oscar-winning Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, which by the way, a Minecraft movie is rated higher To each their own. To each their own. To each their own. I like the Minecraft movie. But Oscar-winning movie Guillermo del Toro, which, fun fact, they made the poster off another movie called After Ever Happy. 1 out of 5 stars. While Disney's Pinocchio of the 1940s is considered one of the great works of art in cinema, it's based on the published serial of the late 19th century Italian magazine. This paper originally is... Are you just giving us a history lesson? 80 years later, completely different Hollywood. Here we go, talking about the Hollywood stuff again. Talking about how Hollywood's different and woke, and this is what we get from Hollywood. Takes shape. One obsessed with identity, hatred towards masculinity, and destruction of the establishment. Under the new philosophical umbrella, all artists, directors, producers, and crew must adhere to the socio-political regime in power. The socio-political regime in power, because Hollywood made a Pinocchio movie that was truer to the source material. They must not only pronounce it, but to deny this agenda results in being sidelined from the industry, a fate worse than death, in which you are denied fame and fortune. Being denied fame and fortune is a fate worse than death. And look, AnActor explains, I know you're an actor, at least a failed actor, because you turned into a film critic. I know you're a failed actor, but not having fame and fortune is not worse than death. There's these things called love. There's a thing called, I don't know, human decency. Kindness, maybe. Relationship with your family. I don't know. What do I know? I'm just a guy. Everything should be mentioned is a sin. Jesus and Christian. Yes, he did. He popped on homeboy Guillermo. I know. I said the same exact thing. I saw him and I said, what the hecky? What the hecky? I feel like this may be my mortal enemy. That's what and you know, I've had comments talking about how I get excited for this stuff. How can you not get excited when you have someone calling Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, the Academy Award-winning Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, a 1 out of 5 stars? Is clearly drunk on the Kool-Aid of the message spread by Nerd. I've heard of Nerdtonic before. I gotta watch some of his stuff because I heard he's also kind of Critical Drinker-esque, which I've never watched Critical Drinker until recently. Guillermo del Toro turns sweet bedtime tale into a horror story. The script is wasteful, pointless, and erratic. The plot is altered to suit a political agenda. Once again, ding, 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 political agenda, Hollywood, the same thing said over and over again. The characters are dismantled and reforged to serve one purpose. You, the audience, need to be lectured to. You need to learn this lesson because you carry fault for the sin of others. We, the Hollywood elites, know better. I am curious now, before I misspeak, what Pinocchio, the original Pinocchio story, is really about. Let's get a quick little The Adventures of Pinocchio. 1880. God damn. Plot. Master Antonio finds a log that he can plan to carve into a table leg. After being frightened, the log cries out. He gets his neighbor. Talking Cricket warns him of the perils of disobedience and laziness. Okay, it's not a horror story. I almost met Del Toro. Wow. I met Stan Lee. Twice. I don't know why I threw that in. That had nothing to do with what you said. I just wanted to throw that in because you almost met Del Toro, and I felt jealous of that fact. And I had to let my masculinity make me feel better. He had to cancel the signing because of a family member getting sick. No. That sucks, dude. Have you met anyone else? Have you met any other cool people? Probably not Stan Lee. Yeah, that's so crazy. That sucks. I would be so sad about that. I'm sorry, dude. Hope his family member's good, though. I'm trying to see what happens in Pinocchio, because a lot of these children's stories are like, kind of, I just want to see if I can roast him on it, or if not. Because I got to make a video out of this, and is roasting going to be in the video? This is how I make videos, guys. This is how I make videos. After long months of working the farm and supporting... No, yeah, it's just a nice little children's story. He goes through a lot. This is a journey. This is the Odyssey. Oh my gosh. Anyway, he hates Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. He hates Superman. He hates fun. He hates love. He hates interesting stories. Actually, even the stories that he finds interesting, he hates. An actor explains, the failed actor explains, who has nothing on his YouTube but a magnificent Christmas greets playlist, is quite possibly the worst reviewer I have ever seen in my life. And all I do is talk about bad reviewers. So I finally got one. I don't know if there's anything else to talk about. I feel like the rest of his reviews are fine. I couldn't meet Stan Lee because the convention in the UK he attended, the first in decades and one of the last ever public appearance, was too big for me. Yeah, I saw him in the year before he passed away. Maybe not even a year before. It was probably months before he passed away at a convention in Orlando, Florida, MegaCon. Had to talk to the fam. Has the reviewer made more idiotic remarks? What was the last thing that you saw or heard on the remarks? Because, yeah, we've been talking about his remarks for a minute. You probably didn't see, but Guillermo del Toro's movie, he rated a 1 out of 10. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, he rated a 1 out of 5. Crazy remarks. I don't know what we talked about before that. So let me know what you know. Let me know what you know. It's really not a nice little children's story. It's traumatic. That's the point. Disney toned it down in his interpretation, and even that was a freaking nightmare. That's what I figured, because like other stories like Mulan and Little Mermaid are like way more traumatic. Like I know Little Mermaid, when she starts walking on land, I'm pretty sure, unless this is like fake news, is that when she walks on land in the original story, it feels like broken glass every step she takes. That's like her curse, which is just not there. I think Mulan gets beheaded or dies at the end of her original story. Definitely doesn't fall in love and live happily ever after and get a sequel. I don't know. I don't want to pretend I know, because I don't. From what I saw there, though, on at least Wikipedia's little synopsis, it looks like a fun little story. I don't know where the trauma is, but this is a big paragraphs, so I'm sure somewhere here there's some trauma. But it starts off nice. He's learning to be a good guy. Last you remember was Jim Gordon debate. Gosh, I am making a video on this, so anything else you miss, you can watch on the video or the VOD. I think YouTube makes a VOD. Yeah, we talked about Passion of the Christ. He rated a 5-star. We were just talking about people monetizing on religion. We talked about, yeah, like I said, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio being 1 star. We went through The Last Airbender. I don't know if that was... I think that was after the Jim Gordon debate. He basically says... The Last Airbender one is really funny, because to really quickly go over it, he basically says that The Last Airbender was bad. He just criticizes The Last Airbender. He says like a ton of different critiques, and then he goes on to say that it is a tale that demands to be respected. even though he made all these critiques about it and rated it 3 stars somehow. He rated it more than Andor, which Andor, he actually had a lot of good things to say about it. He was talking about all this. I think you saw that part. The story was good and all that. We talked a little bit about Star Trek and Schrodinger's opinion. Yeah, that's the biggest synopsis. Again, feel free to watch it. I'm gonna make I'm gonna make one of my usual videos about it. And there's something I want to start doing is when I make a video, because it's just me talking to a camera, I can live stream it. That way I can get some opinions. It's more interesting for me. It's going to be harder to edit because I'm at an hour and 12 minutes. Usually a video will take me 30 minutes to record. So it's going to be a little bit longer to edit, but yeah, The Last Airbender was bad. Was bad. I probably ate it up as a kid though. Actually, I think even as a kid I didn't like it. And as a kid, people are much easier to like things. Especially when you're a fan. Like I was a fan of the show and then the movie comes out, we watch it in theaters and I still didn't like it. As a 10-year-old kid. But yeah, I want to start live streaming more and at least when I do these videos. I don't know. We've had like 2 or 3 people here and I feel pretty good about that first live stream. And it's just more fun for me. We'll see how the editing process goes though. We will definitely see how that goes because now I have to shave off another large percentage. I also have to talk about all these random rants like right now that I'm having. And I got to go in and record my intro because I got to find a good intro for the video. But this is basically like the process. If you guys have seen any of my other videos, this is the process of me recording a video in general. Obviously just no banter with anyone because it's just me alone in my room talking to a camera. I don't know why I told you guys that. I don't know if anyone found that interesting. But I did. Now I'm going to drink some water. I also wanted to... Now I'm just talking. I don't know who's here. Actually can find out who's here. Oh. One of the things I wanted to do... let me know your thoughts, or maybe not. A lot of my videos right now... All of my videos are about entertainment and movies. I think I had one video about Marvel Rivals. I want to start live streaming some games because I like playing video games, even though I don't play them a lot. I just want to just try live streaming more and get into it. And video games is like the entryway for basically every live streamer because it's really hard to make it just like off the dome. So that was something I was thinking of doing. I don't know if I want to do it on this channel. I created another channel for it. But I'm contemplating. I am contemplating what to do. Anyway, now I'm yapping. Because we've seen all of the actor complaints. Or the actor explains. That's everything for me. If anyone has anything else to say, please let me know now. I don't think there's anything to say about this guy. This crazy guy. Look at this. It's me again. It's me, but bigger. Watch this. You want to go back? Oh. Lurk the live stream. Good topic. AnActor explains definitely. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. And feel free whenever. If you come on another live stream, let me know your thoughts in between. We can yap about it. Thank you for joining. I actually really appreciate it. I thought I was going to get 2 viewers. So the fact that I'm sitting at a 4 to 6 concurrent viewers actually makes me happy. My first time. It's really awkward. It's really awkward to talk to a camera, knowing everyone walking past my room knows what I'm doing and hears me. Say it. Say it, bro. Let me know. Talking to a camera in a bank. Be like, I don't know what that means. It's better to burn out than to fade away. Poetic. I don't know the quote. It's just poetic. Is that a quote? Okay, I'll name the quote. I'm definitely not looking this up. It's better to... I know this quote. You're talking about from Neil Young's song. Did not look that up. I did not look that up. But I'm going to guess the quote is from Neil Young. Okay, I'm going to call it because I have to eat. But thank you for giving us that last little something to say. Thank you for everyone who's joined the stream. No, we're now at 7 concurrent viewers. Now I don't want to end the stream. That's great. Oh, it's okay. There's going to be a VOD where we can watch it back. And I'm going to make a video out of this. If you guys like the stream, let me know. Highlander. Ah, god damn. Google failed me. If you guys like the stream, or if it's something that you're interested in, let me know. If you watch this later on a VOD, let me know in a comment. Just let me know. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any video ideas, let me know. I really want to get more in tune with the community, even if it's just 5 of us right now, or if it's 10 of us, or if it's the 6,000 subscribers that I have somehow gotten so far. Yeah, join. Let me know. I also have a Patreon and YouTube membership you can look into joining, which Elysia Adams, I hope I pronounced your name right. Elysia? Maybe it's none of those. Alicia, isn't that with an A? I don't know. We spell names different. One of those. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in any other videos you guys want. And I will talk to you later. I wish I can put my little logo thing. So I will type it for you. I will type it right here. It's your destiny to end the stream, my good sir, and may the force be with you. May the force be with you too. Here's my little smiley face for you. Illy. I'll remember that. Illy. All right.